Oh, hey, we're
Welcome,
always hustling.
everybody.
We're always hustling.
Always
Everybody.
hustling.
Uh-huh.
Everybody.
Always hustling.
Hey, welcome, everybody. It's Friday, which means it's time for a Wizards Council. Because magic's gotta fucking happen, and ain't nobody gonna talk about it except us, because we're awesome. And it's Frederick Pogue, Lawrence Winterman, and Nick Perro bringing you your Friday afternoon fun. Wizards Council and friends. Welcome, brothers. Welcome.
So maybe I've missed part of the social media hullabaloo today. I didn't know Michael Bolton was making a resurgence, like, in popularity, because I keep seeing Bolton. I'm guessing it's Michael Bolton.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is Michael Bolton, and people love that soft jazz thing that he's got going on. So
I do,
yeah,
I do like a good croon. Like, that's my favorite style. Like, I like to croon. And
crooning.
I want to do that. Baby, you gonna relax tonight while we on the radio, and it's here. Michael Bublé is gonna be playing you to sleep tonight.
Ooh,
we got
Bublé going on. I didn't know
Bublé.
the Bublé.
Ooh, I love me some
I just
big
wanna
band and
have
jazz.
democracy for you, girl. Just a little freedom and equality. A little bit of that.
Give you those rights, 'cause they're for you.
This is our new shtick, everybody. We're gonna remake the classics as pro democracy smooth jazz.
Oh, it's coming to you live.
W Banner and Backbone, WB&B, where we play all of your favorite smooth jazz.
Late night jazz with Frederick Pogue and Nicholas Perro coming at you live Friday nights. Oh, baby.
It's the Wizards Council, where we make the magic of democracy and equality happen, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord, bring it to you.
Right. I'm glad you didn't put me on that Friday night shift, Nick, because I got things to do. I got people to meet. I'm going to be out and about carousing while you guys are, doing your smooth jazz show.
That's
Ooh, baby, I love you.
That's it.
See, we're going to bring people in. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
It's like,
we even got more than poetry in the chat. Welcome, friend. Welcome.
Ooh,
welcome. I know you follow me. I know you're a subscriber of mine. Welcome, more than poetry. It's fun to see more poets in the chat. What'd you guys actually, I want to put y'all on the spot. Fred, I know you saw it. What'd you think of my a letter for a letter challenge today? That I sent out to Jacob Summers. And now challenge you and Lawrence to do, maybe for each other, not for me, not with me, but to do this with different people, is have people encourage men to write very open and honest and heartfelt letters to each other, like men of old used to do, like honorable men of old used to do, like Abraham Lincoln used to do.
Well, I mean, okay.
He freed the slaves, so
he
did the fucking slaves. He helped fucking free the slaves. So you want to be like Abe? He had that fucking big ass hat too, and the nice chops, like the mutton chops. Like, I had mutton chops in high school at one point. Like, I've been able to grow a beard almost this thick since I was like 14, and like I grew up and I was like, I'm a man as a boy, stuck in this stupid body, and I can grow a mustache. And I was like, I don't like this. I'm too young. And then I learned that mutton chops were a thing and you could wear a stovetop hat. And it was like, Abe fucking Lincoln freed the slaves. I want to be like that. What he did? He wrote cool ass letters to his best friend.
He did. I'm trying to remember, like, God, it reminded me a little bit of Walker Percy, and I'm blanking. I know he had a correspondence with Shelby Foote, and it was similar in that kind of vein, very intellectual. But Walker Percy also wrote to, I'm trying to remember, he was a Southern author, and I'm blanking on it. My brain, no worky, it's pissing me off. But so it kind of reminded me of that, right? It's where, and they just wrote about anything and everything, right? This is pre-internet, it's like you kind of wrote letters, it's from a sort of a bygone era, and I think that's kind of cool. Like, one of the things I've actually wanted to work on besides the digital I know you do it over digital, but it's like
Yeah.
I want to work on calligraphy as really just writing. Like that's an art style that like I would actually want to get into.
It's a beautiful art style too.
Yeah, it's so like
If you ever want to do it for some of my poetry, I would love to eventually be able to put a book together and having like a hard copy that could then be transferred into like a beautiful version with calligraphied writing and stylistic choices on like based on the poems. Fred, I think that's a great idea, brother. I would highly encourage that selfishly,
well,
and
yeah,
as a friend, but also as a friend because it's a cool art style. Like,
I had to
love
look
it.
it up, and I hate myself for having to look it up. But Walker Percy and William Faulkner were really good friends, and so they wrote a lot of letters to back and forth to each other, right? And so, like Walker Percy was one of those guys that like he was a novelist and a historian, and he was sort of in that Southern Gothic era, and he wrote to a lot of people, especially Shelby Foote.
Mhm.
And I love Shelby Foote. If you want a good narrative history of Civil War, I recommend Shelby Foote. You know, very interesting guy. He was actually he was a playwright at Harvard, and that's how
Oh, neat.
this is Shelby Foote. Like, and that's how he got was able to get his daughter to go to Harvard because he was an employee. So he literally was like, okay, I'll just be the playwright in residence at Harvard for 4 years, so my daughter can go to Harvard. You know,
That's
and then he
cool.
was like,
That's
I'm good.
amazing.
You know, the one thing I always found interesting from him was he had a first edition copy of the writings of Proust, right? And he used to jokingly said once in a very southern way he's like, well, once every 6 years I want to go through a crucible, so I read Proust from beginning to end, and then once I finish it, I sign the back with a date.
Wow.
Yeah,
I put myself through
like
this torture again.
seriously,
It's
like
like reading the
man,
middle of the Wheel of Time. Like it's like reading those 4 or 5 books in the middle of the Wheel of Time where they're so fucking boring. And Rand is just miserable. If you guys have read the Wheel of Time, I'm assuming.
I have not actually.
Lawrence, you can't give me shit about Hamilton if you have not read
Oh,
the
I can
one of the best world building series of all
absolutely.
time as a fantasy author. As a fantasy author, you have never read The Wheel of
I'm a
Time.
science fiction
Robert
author, my
Jordan,
friend.
yeah, but that's sci-fi fantasy too. It's magic. It's the world building. It's the what about I'm not gonna make. Now we're gonna get into an argument of over who's nerdier and who hasn't done the nerdier thing and listen
Well,
to the nerdier
my
author.
problem
Hold
was
on, before we get too far, I'm gonna plug it. I'm gonna plug it. Please, everyone, join Banner and Backbone because that's who we are. That's what this is coming from. The Wizards Council, as we all talk, as we all begin to discuss art, and as we bring about calligraphy and change and poetry and beautiful writing and letters to each other and manhood and masculinity. Banner and Backbone is the place that you're going to find this. That's the home of this. That's where we're going to be out of. Join us there. We're doing a pledge drive to try and raise money to help support victims of Epstein and abuse and pro democracy efforts. Join us there.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
And I
problem
will
I
say,
had
I
with
didn't read The Wheel of Time, but I did read in
Okay.
high school all of the Xanth novels by Piers Anthony. So I'm
hmm,
an even dorkier dork than you are.
Okay. All
I don't
right.
know.
All right. That's fair.
I made a mistake, and it took up a lot years of my life. Is I was really big into DC, and so I started reading the Harley Quinn novels. You
Mm.
know, like the Harley Quinn, and I kept waiting for the Joker or Harley Quinn to show up, and it wasn't that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
I
learned
read
a
like
lot. That
130 of them.
explains Big Daddy Smooth we got over here. He read all those Harley Quinn novels and now he knows how to talk to the ladies.
What? I mean,
Hey, man.
It
A
was
I
brother's got
learned
to
what
research.
learn
He was
something.
doing some research.
I learned what purple prose was. So
It's why, I mean, who hasn't read parts of the Kama Sutra for a reason? Like, you got to learn how to do different things. Like, flexibility is important, isn't it?
Hmm.
well, it
Hmm.
depends on what kind of flexibility we're talking about. It's like just depend. Is it if it's physical flexibility? Yes. If it's, but if it's moral flexibility, no. So.
No.
And we seem to have a lot of that nowadays with moral
We do.
flexibility.
Do we?
That's a
My
good
God.
segue to like get us onto a more serious topic.
I don't want to
Like
go to
the
a serious
Epstein
topic,
files?
but
modern world that's morally ambiguous.
here's the thing. I part of me wants to really have like a Epstein distraction bingo sheet, and I swear I would have never had raid John Bolton's house by the FBI with Trump looking like some Steven Seagal wannabe. Is like, I'm going to go on a raid so I could prove what a tough guy am. No, dude, actually, that proves that you're not a tough guy if you're
Yeah.
riding around with ICE. Like, literally, you're the president. Shouldn't you be doing some other things? Oh,
Don't you have a
wait,
job to
you
do?
don't know what you're doing, so you're
Right.
doing this to distract from everybody, from the Epstein files. It's like, we'll talk about it. We will. It's been all over social media today, Trumpy Trump. But we're not letting go of the Epstein files. It's not going to happen.
Yep.
Nope.
Nope.
It's like no matter how much flaming hot Cheetos you run through your hair or whatever but as Bob Seska said, his Gollum-like strands.
Gollum-like strand.
Just
Brilliant.
eagle jizz through his golem-like strand.
Oh, yeah.
Just holding the
Cheetah-
Epstein files underneath.
Oh, yeah. We're not letting it go. We're not.
Nope.
Because, again, as my man pointed out over at Banner and Backbone, one of our special contributors, Ellie Leonard, and I defy you to find anybody who is more well-informed about what's in the public domain about the Epstein files than Ellie Leonard. She's like, she's like a ginger-haired, what is it? Columbo. It's like, just begging your pardon. I was looking over, some of these accounts. And it says here in an article published in Sassy Magazine back in 1994. Like, what?
Sassy Magazine.
I don't know how the hell she finds half this stuff. I'm like,
No, and she's like Carmen Sandiego. She's fucking all over the world, just getting everything. She knows all the pieces. She's finding all the clues. It's like Dora the Explorer was a real person mixed with Carmen Sandiego, just going, what's in the backpack today? The fucking Epstein files.
Oh boy.
Oh, no, we found them.
I literally think that
we're working on that, Courtney. We're
Yeah,
working
we are,
on getting
actually.
her to speak with Zev.
I've
talked with Dean about it. I'm trying to talk with Dean about Blundell about it. By the way, y'all, hey, look who's number 29 rising in U.S. politics today. This fucking guy. This guy, because y'all are amazing. Y'all are super cool. Y'all are so fun. Thank you all joining me on Dean Blundell's show yesterday and the day before with Fred, where we got to talk to Dean Blundell on our show. Thanks everyone for joining. Please continue to subscribe to all of us. And like, wow, that was so much fun. Like, we got to just unload on Tiny Tank Trump, and I got to call Pete Hegseth a taint, and Stephen Miller looks like an uncircumcised penis or like a saggy like testicle that's like all shriveled up and old. And this morning I reposted something
Stop,
that
Nick, you're turning me on.
It was the penis, the taint, and the testicle. They were just missing the asshole, because it was Dean's video of or post about the three of them running away from all the questions about what's going on in DC and not having answers and showing how weak they are. And I was like, oh, look, it's a penis, a testicle, and a taint running away, just waiting for their giant orange asshole to tell them what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Absolutely.
I don't know if I was clear enough about those three men. By the way, that was J.D. Vance, Pete Hegseth, and Stephen Miller. The penis, the taint, and the asshole. Or the penis, the testicle, and the taint.
I feel bad in some ways for J.D. Vance now because...
No, you don't.
No, I do, because he had to come back to D.C., and he probably lost his deposit on whatever vacation destination the U.S. taxpayers were sending him to.
Right.
Because God knows he doesn't do so again, let's compare this. Okay. J.D. Vance on permanent vacation, unless he has to come, clean up and do a presser on Fox News to back up, squeaky tank treads Trump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kamala Harris, who never got any corporate media attention was like on diplomatic emissions in South America, over in Australia, over in Europe, and doing the work of basically we had a domestic president, Biden, who also did overseas trips, and then we had pretty much the vice president acting as commander in chief overseas.
Yeah.
And
Almost
not
like
only
an
secure like
ambassador.
military pacts, diplomatic, actual trade deal.
Or a prime minister. She was almost like a prime minister. Like,
Yes.
that's what the vice president could be.
Right.
It's like, I love that example you just gave. He was a domestic president and she was a foreign president. She was a prime minister. She was a prime minister and she represented so well. And now we have JD Vance, who's a piece of shit who fucks couches allegedly. And his wife doesn't really exist anymore. And he's broken that marriage in so many ways because he's a giant piece of garbage. But I do want to go back on Stephen Miller for a second because
I do want to say this
before we
about
go
JD Vance,
hold on,
real quick.
hold on.
No,
Okay,
real
fine,
quick, because
fine.
you're gonna launch and you're not gonna let me get in. So I want to say this about JD. Is like, did he actually fuck couches? No, he did not. Okay, and should you be spreading that? No, it's something you shouldn't be doing. That's all I want to say.
Correct. It is not what you should be doing. Okay. I left
There
a
you
note
go.
for myself late last night because I just needed to say this and I got to scroll back in the text messages because we talk too much. Okay.
Good thing you interrupted Fred so that you could scroll back through your messages, Nick.
You're right. I interrupted Fred and I was so excited and then I lost what I was going to say. Oh, there it is. You got me on a tangent and now I'm back. Okay. Stephen fucking Miller.
There we
gotta
go.
talk about this piece of shit for a second. I just want to talk because it was so beta how they ran away in the first place, how JD Vance and Pete Taint Hegseth and Pee Wee German all ran away. But I just want to talk about Pee Wee German for a second and Shitler Light is how low T and beta do you have to be to have your wife stolen by Elon Musk and let her join his fucking weird concubine thing? Like, dude, how beta are you to have Elon Musk steal your wife? Like, what a cock.
Yeah. I gotta say, like, in his defense, I've heard that Elon Musk has a huge bank account. And
I heard that too.
There it is.
But the personality doesn't match. Like, you got to have a personality, or that bank account ain't gonna cover for very long.
Yeah.
But he's like Trump in Atlantic
and
City.
He doesn't even have the face to match. Like, he's the face for radio, a voice for nothing, and a body that should be dumped at the bottom of the sea.
But
he's like an anchor. He looks like a good anchor after it's been underwater and has all that like barnacle shit growing off it. Like, that's Elon Musk as a person.
Well, he's also like Trump in Atlantic City with these women. He never pays out, right? So it's like they'll have the kid. Ask the last one, that has the porn star name. What is her name? Saint something. She's chasing him for child support payments. It's like that's the man. He likes to have kids, but he don't like to support them. It's like
He
so.
does like to have kids.
We're
It's up to,
saying
like,
that Musk
14.
has taken Pee Wee German's.
Yeah, he likes to impregnate women, but he don't like to support
Stephen
them.
Miller.
Yeah.
Stephen Pee Wee German's wife left the White House to go on staff with Stephen Miller, Pee Wee German. His wife left to go on staff as Musk's personal assistant, which means she's one of his concubines now, and she going to be going living in that underground cellar with whatever Neuralink she's probably gotten installed into her head, and he controls her because he's a fucking weird dude and wants to like have millions of babies and repopulate the earth. And I wish we could just send him to Mars in one of his Teslas like he did with the dummy, because he's just as dumb as the dummy. Like, let him orbit the earth going towards the sun. We'll all thank you for it. Sorry, I just needed to go off on Pee Wee German because he's a gross piece of shit.
Yeah. Marnie says, I can't imagine loving money so much that you'd screw Musk and have his nasty sperm implanted in you. Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, come on. That's could never be worth it.
I'm surprised he can still get it up with all the ketamine.
That's a good point about
Like,
large
doesn't
amounts of
that do
ketamine
like
usage.
erectile dysfunction damage and
Yes, it
like,
absolutely does.
hmm.
I mean, I'm not speaking as somebody who's done a lot of ketamine.
No, but understanding like biology and science, like you'd
Yeah,
think a guy who wants to go to Mars would understand a little bit of biology and that like some science that maybe you shouldn't do so much ketamine because it's gonna fuck your brain up even more and you're gonna like your dick's gonna just fall off and rot. You may as well just do crocodile and like save us all the favor. Like that shit eats you from the inside a little bit faster than ketamine does, and it'll be fun for us to watch you decay because you're already a decaying piece of fuck.
Why can't these fools ever be like narcissistic on like
Helping
like
people.
something that accidentally helps people out. Like, why don't you say, "Oh, there's how many foster children in America?"
right.
It's like I'm gonna adopt all of them. I'm gonna send them all to school. These are all my children.
Or
Like
not
or
even
like
accidentally. How about on purpose?
yeah,
Right, if
like
you
or
have
Yeah.
something.
that
It's
much
like
money, why are you like, oh, I gotta go to Mars, and not like I'm gonna make sure there's not a single homeless person or starving person in all of America. Like,
It's
yeah,
like
or yeah,
it's
it's like
like the end of
oh
the Christopher Nolan Batman series where Batman dies, and then his house becomes an orphanage so that kids have a home and all his money is donated and he's no longer Batman. And he did something good finally for the city rather than adding vigilante justice. He actually did the positive thing and was like, let's feed and home those homeless kids instead of beating them up.
well, or like why couldn't Elon just go? You know what, man? They said it couldn't be done, but I'm gonna get all the microplastics out of the ocean. I'm gonna
right, yeah,
figure it out, and we're gonna get
right,
them all out. And
yeah.
like something gargantuan that's this, where he's just
Like,
literally
which,
like some crazy ass redneck. Like they said it couldn't be done, but I got a shit ton of money, and we gonna figure it out, baby.
oh
Whoa!
boy. Like,
Yeah, like why can't we
like
have that?
battery tech. Like,
Why
guys, we're
can't we
15
have
years
that?
behind on battery tech. Can one of you billionaires just be like smart enough to do the vigilante thing and just be like, I'm gonna build a super cool idea for batteries and I'm gonna pay so much money for these fucking universities to make me
And
cool
wasn't
ass
that's what
batteries?
Elon was supposed to do? Like
Yeah, like
his
isn't
Yeah,
whole
that the
thing at the
gigawatt
beginning of
factory?
Tesla was like, this is gonna keep us at the cutting edge of battery tech.
Yeah, no, bullshit.
and they all want to live this like neo feudalist horseshit fantasy. It's like, look, man, look here, look, okay, just do the cool thing or whatever, and then you can go live out your Warhammer 40K fantasy, where it's just like, so I like to play Ultramarines, and I put them on my girlfriend's boobies, and because I have the money to do that. That's fine. Be weird as shit in
Yeah,
private. I don't
Right,
care. But just
as long
like
as you ain't hurting nobody.
right,
right. I,
you know,
and
it,
I'm as sci-fi as anybody. I want to go to Mars. I want humans to go colonize Mars. But like, I don't get having that much money and not looking at the situation and being like, but you know what I could do instead is I could invest in a massive green energy revolution here on Earth, or I could try to figure out climate change. Like, come on, man. It's going to
Yeah.
cost like there's no budget for how much it would cost to terraform Mars. We got a perfectly good planet right here. Like
right.
Yeah,
we
may as
could
well
fix this
practice
one.
fixing it now.
Right. How about
Because if
fix
we
it
can
now
fix
before it
this
gets
one,
busted?
we could fix Mars, right? Re-terraform Earth. That's our new platform. Re-terraform Earth to be livable,
Right. Right.
which
Well,
means
he
no
he once
billionaires.
he once said, like, where he tries to sound smart. He says, he's like, well, the reason we want to go to Mars is because we're down to the last 10% of the Earth, and so that's why we need to get out of here. Oh, that sounds scary, right? Like we're all
Mm.
last 10% of the Earth's timeline. Okay, Earth's been around for billions of years, like
Yeah.
tens of billions of
No, no, no.
years.
It's only been around for
4.5.
2025 years. Didn't you remember?
Oh
Well,
yeah,
Like
my bad, my bad. Okay,
hey
but
maybe
man, hey,
4,000 at
what
most.
you're forgetting the Jews, 5785, right? Like,
right,
come
No,
on.
no, no,
there you
no. They
go.
don't care about us.
The Old
Once
Testament,
Jesus died, they stopped caring about the Jews.
It's like,
yeah,
but
but that
here's the
does
thing: is like billions of years, carbon dating, billions of years, right?
4.5
Lies,
billion
lies,
years.
and slander.
No, 4.5 billion years. Okay,
Yeah.
humanity's been around for like we think 500,000 recorded history, or 250,000 recorded history is less than 50,000. All of recorded human history is less than 50,000. So if it's 10% of 4.5 billion years left, that's 450 million years. We're going to be fine.
Also,
we're going to be okay.
10% is wrong. It's not just 10%. But, right, we're talking about vast quantities of time. Time so much more than humans have experienced that it's incomprehensible to us. Come on, bro. But you know what?
But that's
Fixing
the
Earth is too
scam.
hard. So we're going to go try to do something even harder and terraform a planet whose specific gravity or whose gravity is so low that it can't actually keep oxygen in its atmosphere. That's a great idea. Let's go do that.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
But the reason he does that is like,
burn up
it always ends with, but give me more money so we can do this.
Right.
It's all a grift, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's absolutely
all
a
a grift. That's what I figured out after this week, after listening to I think it was the Find Out podcast this week, because they called it out just straight up. They're like, Kyle Rittenhouse grifts off murder.
Yep. So did, what was it?
Riley Gaines grifts off being a 5th place losing swimmer. So he would have been 5th place even if the trans woman had not been swimming in the race. She tied for 5th. She still would have been 5th fucking place. So who gives a shit? Like, Riley Gaines was a mediocre swimmer at best. You don't make a living doing that unless you're a great swimmer. She's just a failure grifting off losing and hate. Kyle Rittenhouse grifts off murder.
And even Riley Gaines is failing at her chosen profession of conservative grifting because she's not a Fox News host at this point, because she fits the profile. She's blonde and Aryan, approachable, pretty, right? So of course Fox News would scoop her up, but she probably can't carry a segment. So other than just saying, I was discriminated against by a trans person that had an unfair advantage because their penis acted like a fin through the water and blah, blah, blah.
Did it like swim itself too? Like,
well, no, it did.
It was like a little rudder. Just
right. What Nick
like a paddle wheel
style? Yours can't paddle and kick like a third leg.
Yeah, it's like you it kind of tucks.
Was hers long enough to do that? Was it down to her foot where it was just like spinning around?
Yeah, it's a screw rudder on a ship. It's like you just get it. Like when you do the helicopter.
It's like those.
When you're trying to romance a lady, you do the helicopter.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Can I
or the gentleman
get her phone number, because that sounds like a good time.
Yeah, like that sounds like fun, doesn't it? Like,
I mean,
is it a horse? Was there a horse in the race? Like, was this trans woman a horse?
You guys don't tell my boyfriend, but I'm gonna hit her up if she has a prehensile penis.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a prehensile penis, you better come out and tell us, because that shit's fantastic. Like, somebody needs to know about that.
Don't you have your own OnlyFans channel? I would subscribe to that all day.
Hell yeah.
Listen, we may have just landed on something miraculous and amazing.
Miraculous.
Prehensile. Or gotten ourselves banned from Substack. It's possible.
Who knows?
No,
we still have 130
I've seen the anti-Semitic comments and the racism. We may get banned.
We're going to look at the engagement curve for this, and we're going to be like, somewhere around the 30-minute mark, everybody dropped off. We don't know why.
We don't understand why. What happened there?
It's probably
we're not going to watch the recording, but we're going to guess it was Fred. It was Fred's fault.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Frederick.
He was being too prehensile.
My Lord, we kind of went off track here. We swam out of lane.
We have a track here?
Like Riley Gaines, where she just
we just prehensile. We just turbined ourselves into this conversation. It was a tornado and a whirlwind all at once.
God,
I wonder, with like a prehensile like that, like, is the tip like an eye of a storm? Like, is it so fast that it's spinning that you still see the tip right in the middle and it's like staring at you like a snake head going, I'm going to fucking eat you, Riley Gaines?
Well, you got to do that.
Speaking from my own personal experience, Nick, having a massive prehensile penis, let me tell you what it's like.
All right.
No, man.
No.
Fuck. If I had a prehensile penis, I wouldn't be hanging out here with you.
No, you mean I don't know what
I'd
you'd
be
be
doing
doing.
OnlyFans.
I don't know
I'd be
what.
one of those like it's $50 a month for my OnlyFans. You kidding me?
Only $50 a month? Brother, you better be charging more for that for a prehensile. That's like you're
Well, you
taking
gotta have.
you're walking into the White House and you're slapping Donald Trump across the face first with your left hand, then your right hand, then your penis is left hand, and then it's right hand.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you can find me at onlyfans.com, whack prehensile penis Lawrence. $50 a month. Bring it.
Welcome to Wizards Council, by the way, everyone, where nothing is
Right,
off
right.
topic and everything is
People are
in.
like, Christina's like, guys, what the heck? Marnie says you guys are great. Corinne says
Or
this
it's
lesbian
like the
wasn't expecting
lesbian
so much
wasn't
dick talk.
expecting.
Well,
It's
here's the
Wizards
thing, and
Council.
I agree with her. I wasn't expecting this much, and that's why I'm on the lesbians camp because we have something in common. We both like women, and that I could talk about that all day.
I mean, I could too. We can shift topic, but we got Lawrence here, so we can't just exclude him.
No,
you could talk about loving women. I'm okay with that. I love women as friends. You just know that
same for Fred. That's all he gets nowadays.
Well, no. I here's the thing. Like
Fred,
I have a special subscription that offers a friend with benefits package.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Does it come with your man card in a little like flurry, like fluffy thing where glitter falls off of it? Or did you put it in hard leather?
No. What it actually does
shut so you can never get back to your man card?
No, because I'm gonna turn it back around. It's like it comes with my penis in like a gold. It comes with my penis, a picture of my penis in a gold jacket,
a reach around,
like a realtor, where it's just like, would you like the friends with benefits package?
How many of those have you sold so far, Fred?
Well, it's been a down year. I'm gonna say, right now.
What's your 5-year plan look like?
So here's the thing. The market right now is soft.
Okay. Is it getting harder or is it longer?
Well,
or is it just gotten wider over time?
Listen, I try to put the women's with benefits into what would best suit them, which is usually a tiny home. And so maybe
Fred, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna take that shovel away from you and make sure that you stop digging here.
Oh no! I'm gonna keep going.
Keep digging, brother. Keep digging.
What do you guys think about the idea of a national referendum? Like, this is the thing we talked about with Tim Fullerton in the last hour, Nick. And,
on what? My national referendum on
being able to do it.
Being able to do it, like passing an amendment that would allow us to have national referenda.
Honestly, I think
it's something that we need to consider things like that, because we talk about this on Banner and Backbone, on how we.
Which, by the way, if you have not subscribed yet, please go over and subscribe to Banner and Backbone. We're doing a sale right now.
Talk, we promise.
It's actually mostly civics talk. This is just our ridiculous show to let us unwind. So, friends, we do love Banner and Backbone. You all saw me probably earlier today, but anyway.
Yeah, we gotta have we gotta have room for foolishness, otherwise we'll go crazy too. But we don't talk enough about, because again, the conversation on civil rights gets lost because we're too busy talking about Trump's raid on John Bolton's house, or the EO that he passed that didn't get a lot of eyes on it. Almost no one's talking about it. The executive order where he repealed Biden's executive order on competition,
right?
Which is freaking devastating across the board, right?
Yeah.
So for a time,
great explainer on that one, by the way, Frederick.
Oh yeah, and again, it shocks me because, and why it shouldn't, but no one in corporate media is talking about it. Oh, the right-wing business, media is talking about it, which they're going, woohoo! Because they're going to make out like bandits. So all the junk fees, all the hidden fees, all that's back. Thanks to Trump.
$35 a late fee for if you're overdrafted on your accounts. Welcome
That's back.
All
Welcome
that
back.
attack the poor people, regressive taxes, regressive attacks on people. I do love the referendum idea that you were
Yeah.
talking about with Tim Fullerton, though, because we could solve things like this. We could
Right.
actually, as the people of America, say, no, we don't like that. Like a lot of states have popular vote referendums and they
Yep.
work really well. That's why Republicans try and get rid of them in like Missouri and Arkansas
Oh
all the
yeah,
time.
Missouri
It's because
especially.
they
Yep.
hate it that we have power and voices to say and go, yeah, no, fuck you. We want this nice thing. Like Missouri has legalized abortion and legalized marijuana
Right.
and reproductive rights in their constitution. Yet
Well,
they have a supermajority of red Republican gerrymandered districts in their state, and they can't get anything done because they just keep voting these idiots in. But they always have progressive ideas behind the scenes because the people like progressive ideas that work. And if we actually had a popular referendum and mandate, we could do something like recall every single elected official for treason.
right.
Right.
Yeah. So Nick, kind of came from your idea of like, we don't have that ability, right? Like we can't
No, we don't.
call snap elections and recall Congress. We're not a parliamentary system. It's baked into the Constitution, the length of terms. The only way that we would be able to, exercise an ability like that would be through some kind of national referendum. And so, yeah, then, my brother-in-law has talked about this as kind of an idea, like half the states have the ability to have a statewide referendum on something, right? We
Yeah.
should have the ability where we could say, like, you know what? Like, Congress can't get anything done, but most of the people in this country want common sense gun reform. And so we can vote
Yep.
on it. Most of the people in this country want reproductive right protections. And so we could vote on that. And,
Or
it's,
most people want to impeach this Supreme Court member for blatant corruption and being bought off by Leonard Leo and having some really, really shitty views that are eventually that open the door to Obergefell being overturned and making gay marriage and LGBTQ marriage just in general illegal again, as
right,
well as making what they would quote sodomy, which is what in their eyes would be considered gay marriage, illegal again, or gay sex in any way that is not straight heterosexual, like doggy style or missionary style sex. Like they want to control down to the letter every little aspect of your life. And with a national referendum, we could say no. We could change the course of this country with national referendum. What I think we need to do, and I was trying to get to a little, is I think we need to get states that have state referenda available to them. And if they don't, say Democratic states that might not, they should add them immediately, and they should allow their citizens to say, oh, I want to recall these certain representatives and revote them in. And if a district says they want to recall their representative, they can recall their representative. And because if your representative isn't representing you and the state says, oh, we need to fix the maps, like a trigger law in California that would allow them to change their maps to have all blue representation because the red bullshit that's going on unconstitutionally in Texas and Louisiana and Missouri and South Carolina and Florida and pretty much every red state could be thwarted by California or New York automatically having a redistricting and revote, and you remove those congressional members from office during their term. That should be allowed because we should not allow them to just get more and more corrupt and say, oh, we can't stop them. Like that's bullshit. In a company, in a real company, these people would have been thrown out ages ago because the people could have been like, no, I don't want a pedophile representing me, or no, I don't want this corrupt asshole representing me. Let's recall them and vote someone new in. Like we
We
should
need
all be able to do that at all times.
we need to
They
be
should be
we need to
afraid of us that we're going to do that every single day of the week.
right.
we need to remember that amending the Constitution is a thing. That we can actually do that. That we can
Yeah.
actually push for that. That we can push for adding amendments to the Constitution. We can get the
Mhm.
ERA back. We can amend it to where our right to vote is guaranteed.
Yep.
By the government, whether it's the state or the federal government, has to make allowances and set up the infrastructure for us to vote. It is our right. It is on them to do it. There are states that do it, like Colorado. My ballot comes to my house, same day registration. Write it, and you can register on election day and go vote.
Washington State does it.
Yeah.
Right. So, but that needs to be enshrined in the Constitution. A national referendum needs to be an amendment. Needs to be in the Constitution that we can have that. And these are the things that moving forward that's what Banner and Backbone pledge drive right now. Subscribe, pay subs. This is what we're all about. That's what it's all about, is we are talking about our civil rights that do not get enough attention.
So here's the thing. I think we're misinterpreting what the Constitution means right now. I think we're still too rigidly seeing that the Constitution is locked in stone and has to be the way it is. And we're approaching every avenue of attack or reform as though we can't do it because the Constitution doesn't allow us to do it. No. The Constitution tells the government what it does for us. We tell the Constitution what it is, which means if we don't like the way it is and enough people in the country, we can have a national referendum without them being a part of it. The government that is currently in place does not have to be a part of that national referendum for us to amend the Constitution, because it is our document. We, the people, define what that document says and what those laws mean and how they are truly upheld, because you are the jury, because you as an individual are the jury and the executor of those laws, not the government. They work for us. They are our civil servants. We need to stop saying the Constitution doesn't let us, and we need to start saying the Constitution can't let us yet and is just holding us back from laws that need to exist on it. Because the right to vote, the right and the freedom to have dignity and sovereignty isn't up to the Supreme Court to tell us yes or no. It's up to us to tell them to fuck right off.
But that's why this is so important, right? That's why these conversations we're doing
exactly.
it.
Sorry, I got
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's like, but and I've talked about this on other ones. We've talked about this, we always accept right-wing framing. Right. We always accept this originalist position of, well, the founding fathers, the founding fathers created the Constitution to be a living document.
Yep.
Thomas
it
Jefferson
is a living
said every
document.
19 years.
Yes.
Every 19 years, it should be wiped away in a new one.
Or you can amend it. If right now we have a government and a Supreme Court that is not serving, to Nick's point very well, is like, it is not serving the will of the people. And we have accepted right-wing framing. Well, the Constitution doesn't allow it. Or the Constitution really says this. I don't give a fuck what it says. If it doesn't say what we need it to say, we change it. We don't have three-fifths clause anymore. We don't have slavery anymore. Women couldn't vote when it was written. Neither could white people without property. A white man without property could not vote.
Their narrative.
And we
stop buying their narrative.
Yes, it has to change. We can change this country. And that is by design. They want us to feel helpless. They want us to feel hopeless. They want us to feel like we're without recourse. No. We can have constitutional conventions. We haven't done it since the 70s. It's been damn near 50 years. It's been too freaking long. Too long.
Yep.
So, guys,
get out of the way.
Go for it, man. Launch.
With that Enjoy Democracy shirt, Lawrence was like, fuck. I don't want to launch into that.
That's true. I do want a tall drink of democracy right now.
I mean,
I do. Ooh, a tall glass of democracy.
A nice fizzy glass of democracy.
And refreshing.
Look, what can I add, right? Like, you're right. The Constitution was literally designed to be not self-correcting. It was designed to be amended. It was designed with the idea that the framers knew that there were things that they couldn't imagine that we would encounter as a people, that we would need to be able to, set some laws around, right? And we can acknowledge the flaws of the founders themselves, the fact that they were slave owners, the fact that they couldn't do the hard work of recognizing that slavery was bad and, just outlaw it from the beginning of this country, right? Like we know all of that. They were at least smart enough to build us a foundation upon which we could build a country that has lasted for 249 years. And because the document is amendable, we have the ability to fix it so that we can, here's the thing that I have loved about when you look at the amendments of the Constitution, they have all only enfranchised more people or made more people free, right?
Mhm.
Or they focus on, the nitty gritty of the way the government actually functions. Like, what does the, chain of succession look like? And yes, there's the big exception of, the 18th and the 21st. Like, we fucked up with prohibition and then, collectively said, holy shit, never mind. But in terms of all the other amendments, they're about the better operation of government or making more people more free. And we've lost that. We've lost that ambition. And I think we should propose amendments that make the government work better, like a national referendum, and that enfranchise more people by saying things like every single person, every citizen of this country has a right to vote in an unobstructed, unmolested, however you want to phrase it, kind of way. Everyone has the right to access the ability to vote and to vote in a way that, isn't subjected to things like poll taxes and, weird redistricting and all kinds of bullshit like that. We should
So
absolutely make that a part of our mission.
why don't we just write a few, I mean, not at this moment, we'll have to think about them and actually put them into thought, is write a few amendments that we think should be on the Constitution and propose them and get citizen feedback. Because if enough people buy into it, it becomes law, whether the politicians want it or not,
Yeah.
because they serve us. When the government fears the people, you have democracy.
Yeah.
When the people fear the government, you have tyranny. The government needs to be reminded that we have the power as people to change the laws that they're really shittily handling and that they're really bad at, and we're really done with them. And we don't give a fuck what they have to say, and we don't care that they're trying to ruin our country, because we want to do something better and more progressive and more welcoming, and something that lives up to the ideals and the dream and the promise that is America, and liberty and justice and freedom for all, and the pursuit of happiness for all, not just men, not just property owners, but all people of all shades, of all stripes, of all classes. It doesn't matter. Freedom and liberty and justice for all, not just in America. The promise didn't say just for America. The promise says for all, which means we have to model that promise so others can follow in our footsteps and join us. Like we're doing, like the three of us do, is we talk a lot to different people. We invite different people on to different shows. We make friends. We reach out. We're modeling the type of person we want to be. We're modeling the type of Democrat we want to see. We're modeling the type of American we want to be, because it's not Democrat, it's not Republican, it's red, white, and blue. We bleed red, white, and blue. We bleed the stars and stripes. It's not Republican versus Democrat. It's robber baron versus us. It
Yeah.
is oligarchs versus the American people. And we have the power to tell them to shut the fuck up and go the way.
I love the idea of us proposing some amendments. I mean, we've talked about two right now that would be, obvious ones to start with, right? Guaranteed right to
Yeah.
vote for every U.S. citizen, and a national referendum. And I'm sure
Where there
among
can
this
be no
community,
onus, sorry to budget, where there can be no onus on the person who is voting to have to prove their citizenship. The onus is on the government after the
sure,
vote has been cast to verify and validate their citizenship status. And I don't give a fuck what that looks like at the moment or how that can be achieved at the moment. We can figure out details later. it just has to happen because
Yep.
the right to vote shall not be infringed, which means they should not be able to stop you in any way from voting. It's on
Right.
the government to then verify after you have cast that ballot whether you should have legally cast that ballot or not. And if they cannot prove it, the vote counts.
Yep.
I
And they
think
better damn well sure be able to prove it.
I think strategically, if we pass the ERA, because I think they got it across the line in Virginia, and there's mechanisms you can to get it put back on, because it's past the time limit. But
Right.
I think pushing to pass the ERA to get it amended to the Constitution um, is proves that, hey, oh, look at this thing that we can use, and plus
Mhm.
it helps women across all kinds of spheres in the political space, specifically body autonomy, because then you can pivot off the Equal Rights Amendment, the ERA, to because part of what happened with Roe v. Wade is we got stuck with this like, oh well, Roe's the law of the land, we're good. It's like, no, you're going to need a law now, but if you get an amendment, it's like
Yeah.
it's even stronger protections, because what a lot of people forget is a lot of these things that pass, like with access to prescription birth control, a lot of the stuff from the Warren Court was based on the 14th. So like that, we like the ERA should be a major push, and then to Tim Fullerton's point, Lawrence and you, Nick, is push on the other ones. Like, hey, we did
Mhm.
this. Let's go do the other two. Let's do more.
Yep.
Because if you
Don't
get
stop
if
with
you
one.
yeah, because if you get one across the line, right, you prove to the American people like, oh shit, this could happen. Like,
Right.
oh my God, I was alive when the ERA passed. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
wow.
And it's such a great point that, like, corporate media and whatever has kind of convinced us over the course of the last 40 or 50 years that, like, the age of amendments is over, right? That
Yeah.
we can't do it anymore. We don't have the
The
wherewithal.
Constitution's done.
Right. Yeah, and it's not. We absolutely need another period of progressive politics where maybe there are 5 or 6 more amendments we've got to add that help fix the clusterfuck that we're in now and make sure that it can't happen again, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
And
there's a good.
amendments can also change prior amendments too. Like
Yeah, oh, yeah.
we can fix other amendments. Like the Second Amendment, we can clarify what it truly means because
Absolutely.
it does start with a well-regulated militia, and none of what we have right now is well-regulated or a militia. So fuck all the way off constitutionalists and originalists because you're wrong. You're dead fucking wrong that a well-regulated militia means that every citizen can have a gun. That's not what it meant. That is not at all what it meant. And you all know that. You
Of course we know that.
lying turds. Like you lying pieces of shit. You know that was wrong. And it's bullshit. And we don't have to listen to corporatists. We don't have to buy their narrative. Like that's the thing. It's like it's all just a narrative. And why not? If we define it and we're able to help push people into defining this narrative, like go, let's do it. Let's push because what happens if we catch enough steam and say a governor or a state senator from a blue state or a state representative from a blue state, say California, picks it up and goes, "Oh, this sounds really good. We can promote this within the state," and then it gets bigger. Or we have friends, our other contributors on this network catch on this idea. I think Tim was caught a little off guard by my question because
Mhm.
it was a fairly radical question, I guess. Is like they ignore everything, so why don't we just truly ignore it? Because uh, FDR ignored the Constitution. He ignored the Supreme Court. There's precedent for ignoring the Supreme Court as the precedent. There's precedent for Congress doing whatever the fuck it wants. The
Well, Trump's
slavery
proving
was
it
not
now.
abolished. Slavery was not abolished due to a correctly referended amendments. Like they just did it. They just said, "Now we're done. Like we're doing this, and it doesn't matter what you say. We're doing it." Maybe we need some rebellious balls and instead of being a bunch of testicles, we need to all be a bunch of pussies because pussies can take a pounding and then beat people up after. Like, have you've seen some evil like there's some evil out there. And you can,
For the record, I'm
you
not
know what I
saying
mean.
this, so you can't blame this one on me.
I'm
You know.
I'm
But
shocked,
it
Frederick.
ain't me.
I'm locking up all the shovels around you bitches.
See, I'm happily married and I don't have to worry about it because my wife and I love each other so very much. And it's just a
You know
wonderful
what,
thing
Nick?
that
You
we
keep
do.
telling us you're happily married, but we've never seen Mrs. Nick, and so you
No,
know,
that's because that's on purpose. That's on purpose. I don't show my wife. I don't show my kids. I won't. I don't want them to be on the network right now. My wife has actually asked not to be,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which is totally fine because I don't want to interfere in any of her stuff in life because I have some pretty like straightforward and honest views, and we live in a red area.
Oh yeah.
Um, and that'd be really unfortunate for her.
Yeah.
And she doesn't need exposure until she's ready for it. But yet, no, I know where you're coming from on that question, Mr.
Well,
Lawrence.
I think
And all the things I say and the way I talk, and no, I
right,
get
right.
what you mean.
I'm
I
happily
got I
married.
got my
Oh,
Legos
okay.
behind me.
I
Um,
I I I think but there's a larger point here. I think where we don't have to be
always a
so raw.
larger point.
Nice. So we don't have to be so raucous and rebellious. Is look at Missouri, right? Look at what they enshrine in their own state constitution. I think that there is a lot more uh, when you push past the partisan party label stuff, right? You push past all this. You look at guaranteeing civil rights, I think there's a lot
Hmm.
more support for that kind of thing than you see up from what the corporate media tells us or pushes through. And I
Yeah.
think it's really about us fighting through that noise and fighting through to like bring that to people in the way we can, because that's what we're doing on Banner and Backbone, which we're also doing a pledge drive now, which
Yep.
is I mean it's the best deal going, the best deal on Substack. Seriously, you're not going to get a better one unless you go to Gen Xe or you go to Sick of This Shit with Nick Paro. Like, go to Banner and Backbone, go to these two gentlemen. We're trying to get that little check mark so we can do more of the good work. And again, if we haven't mentioned it, all the proceeds from this drive are going to go to helping the victims or the exposure, the legal costs to release the Epstein files. That's our mission right now. After that, looks like it's going to be the ERA. That's what I'm going to push for, right? But
Yeah, we're gonna be pushing for. It's all civil rights right now. Like it's all about what can we do to secure because what we had wasn't good enough. We've
yep,
found out what we have and what is available to us now is not good enough. It's not strong enough. It does not protect enough people well enough, thoroughly enough, and it does not offer dignity or respect to people in ways that it should. And it's used to oppress because it's no longer a government that is constrained by the people's will. They are telling us that these are the shackles which bind us, which hold us fast. And as I keep saying, I dissent from that shit because that's not the America I grew up in. That's not the America I know and love and am a part of and served in the military for
nope,
and went overseas for and defended and lost friends for and have been hurt for and am fighting still for. That's not the America we are. We know that. We, the people, know what America can be. And that is something that we're going to push for day and night because the Epstein files must come out first. Because one, it will find and provide closure to the victims and it will bring justice for them in a way that has never been done before. Because these men, because we believe in this idea of innocent until proven guilty, which is amazing and true and needed, but we need to stop turning it into not guilty means innocent. We need to be telling the truth about what is going out. And we need to be revealing that not guilty does not mean innocent. It just doesn't mean not yet proven for some things, or that you were just acquitted because the evidence didn't look strong enough. You're still guilty of those heinous acts. You still committed them. You still did them. And we, the public, can talk about it because I'm not constrained by a court. I have the First Amendment to protect me. I have the freedom of speech to say what I want and what I will, as long as it does not cause or incite violence towards another group of people, because that is the constraint of free speech. Is that is where it stops, is when you incite violence on others. And my free speech will not incite violence. My free speech will be used to tell the truth. And these women need our help. These girls, they were girls at the time. Now women need our support and help. And people like Ellie Leonard are doing, if I believed in God, God's work. They're doing Uncle Sam's work. They are doing Rosie the Riveter's work. They're doing America's work. Ellie is alpha as fuck. Like, I'm gonna have Lawrence make that on a coffee mug
Sure.
because, and I want Ellie to get it. But I want one too, is because I want to hold up a mug that just says Ellie is alpha as fuck, because that's what alpha looks like. That's what, like, courage looks like, is going into the muck and doing shit. It's calling people out when it's needed. It's the three of us coming on and discussing this bullshit and having fun doing it. It's Lawrence admitting that he's afraid, but still doing it. It's Lawrence questioning his own courage, but still doing it nonetheless, because that's courage and that's bravery. Because we're coming out in a time when John Bolton, a former national security advisor, just had a visit from the FBI. I don't have protection at home. I don't have that type of house with a fence like that where the FBI is going to knock on my door and be civil enough to me. Neither do either of my buddies here, neither do Fred or Lawrence. We're
No.
going to still keep talking
Hmm?
because it's what Americans do. And God damn it, you're not going to tell me I can't fucking speak, because I was told that the Eagle Jizz spread words of freedom and that my right to speech was guaranteed by your almighty God till the day you die. So fuck off, people. Fuck
Yep.
off, you MAGA cucks. You don't own America. This is our America. We get to say what we want and do what we want because your feelings don't matter anymore. You're a bunch of snowflakes.
Oh shoot, hang on. My wife's calling. Hello? Hey, what's up? No, I'm doing the show, baby. Come on, I'll call you back. No, I'm not flirting with anybody. No.
Oh shit,
No,
Morgan
it's just
called.
you. No. All right. Yep. Yep. Love you too. That was Lady Liberty, my wife. It's the only woman I'm married to, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. The rest of you ladies, we'll have to work something out. I do. Again, we have the friends with benefits package. It is available. There's also side chick status, but unfortunately, your boy's married to Lady Liberty.
Some
You know,
Ghostbusters just s- shooting the ooze inside her,
it's the
getting her
Eagle
to walk
Jizz.
off, getting her
It's
to
the Eagle
walk off the
Jizz.
damn platform and go into New York City, bust her ass, and break her shoes and hurt her feet and go swimming.
Never. Not to
They
no,
put all that
no, not to
love
Mrs.
jizz
Liberty.
inside her.
Uh-uh. No. We don't have that kind of relationship. She's very much like the dominant one in this relationship.
Yeah.
Like
You're a bottom.
I don't tell her what to do. She tells me what to do. So like
If
You
you
want
picked up her
freedom?
last name,
You
she's
fucking
clearly
listen. I give you
modern
freedom.
liberated lady.
she's liberated, man. She's like,
Yeah.
she's a woman of her own mind. That's why she lives in the city.
Unless you change
Yeah.
your name to Frederick Pogue dash Liberty.
Yeah. Well, no,
No, Liberty's got to come first. Frederick Liberty Pogue.
no, I wanted to keep my maiden name. So,
Yeah.
Ooh. Mr. Liberty? Can we call you
Well,
Mr. Liberty?
no, it's Mr.
She is French.
She is. That's why do you think I like her? You know what I mean? It's like a little
I
bit
mean,
of
the
that.
French have saved the day
You
a
know,
couple times for their
it's
for
like
the,
it's
the
like ooh
sword.
la
It ain't a
la.
problem.
It's like, well, I mean, you gotta have to take that up. Dory B said, would the lady, would she be up for a side chick? Listen, I don't get into my wife's business. You know what I mean? Like what she does is her own thing. It's like we've got more of a
She's
open
a free
marriage.
spirit.
Yeah.
It's
I
one of
can't I
those.
can't I can't put her I can't hem that woman in.
She's one
She
of
gonna
those
do it. She gonna do
90-year-old
what she wanna
hippies
do.
You do
protesting.
realize she's in a polycule with 340 million other people.
Listen, I'm not
And
trying
her
to judge
main
my
man is
wife.
Uncle Sam.
It's like I'm just happy to be around it. I'm there. I'm there at the red carpet with like, go ahead, baby. You're doing great. I love it. I'm just there to be supportive.
Your house husband?
Absolutely. Oh man, that's the
Okay.
goal.
Well
I'm a
trained.
house husband, a Lady Liberty. Boom.
Little LT says she's a French woman wearing a toga. Yeah, she's hosting one of those toga, party. She's all like, "Come on in, throw your keys in the bowl." You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Pineapples upside down on the door.
right? Yeah, pineapple upside
Flamingos
down
are
cake.
out.
We're serving pineapple upside down cake, and yeah, come on in.
Hey,
She's all about that. Yeah, she's doing keggers at the fraternity parties. Ain't got nothing on underneath that toga, but doing keggers at the
hey,
fraternity
listen,
party.
it's like I dare you to try to tell that woman what to do. Good luck.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like that's
She
all I can
gonna
tell you.
kick your ass. She gonna take that fucking torch,
Boom.
fire
Like that's
torch, and
it.
just slap you across the face with it. And that
Oh
book
yeah.
of justice, she's just gonna close it right on top of your head or
I'm telling you,
right on your dick and just slam it flat.
that's why Trump and
A
all
new
his
paperback edition.
sycophant holidays coming. Because, Lady Liberty's just gonna be like, oh, you think so, huh? Oh,
No,
okay.
a torch
Yeah.
suppository.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's like the new pineapple from Little Nicky for Hitler, the torch suppository for Trump.
mhm. Can
Did
we
I
dream?
interrupted you,
Yes.
my friend? Were you saying you were trying to leave us? Are you trying to end this show?
Who, me?
No, Lawrence.
No, I
Oh
wasn't.
no.
I wasn't
No,
saying it.
he's letting us.
I was gonna say, you guys. Morgan is saying she's so naive she doesn't know what the story is with the pineapple. Come on, Morgan.
Come on, Morgan.
Who
You've never
knows?
RV'd before. Have you ever been in an RV? Everybody who goes to an RV park that owns an RV that's older than 45 has an upside down pineapple in their RV, and it means you're a swinger.
Is that what that means?
We'll let out the secret,
I
Morgan.
honestly
It
didn't know
means you're a
that.
Come
swinger.
on,
I
Fred.
literally didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Did you
I
not
didn't know.
know that?
No.
That
It
like
means you're swingers.
what is the place that the villages in Florida, right? Like they're all retirees. Like
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember was it a freak show when all the STDs were like the STIs were
Oh,
like skyrocketing? Yeah.
old people homes have the highest rate of STDs or STIs in the world or in the country because one, they don't care, and two, they just fuck all the time. Because what's going to happen? They're going to die.
right.
Yeah,
Nobody's
and they're
getting
not gonna get
pregnant.
women ain't gonna get pregnant,
Ain't nobody
Yeah,
getting
you ain't gonna
pregnant.
get pregnant, and what are you gonna do? Just die? Like, okay, you're old, but I mean, at some point, you're gonna be like, yeah, I'd rather die having sex than sleeping in my bed.
I don't know this stuff because I'm too busy thinking about how to save my country. So I don't think about this stuff, man.
Bull.
Like I
Foghorn Lemonade.
that's why I've chosen a life of, austerity and monthly values because that's how much of a patriot I am. I'm married to Lady Liberty.
Where's your tonsure? And are you gonna like
Mm-hmm.
cut the hole in there? I mean, I'm growing one because I'm balding, but like, you better like make yours on purpose if you're gonna be Mr.
Nope.
Monkey Monk over there.
Oh no, no, no.
You
No,
got a
this is
full head of
this is
hair.
Hey,
American
full head of hair, Frederick.
American. Yes.
That's pretty low T right there. Lude,
Oh
keeping
yeah.
all your hair.
Oh yeah. No, no, no. No,
See,
no.
only high T men lose their hair. Like that testosterone. Lawrence was losing his. See, high T men lose their hair. Low
It's
T men
true.
keep them.
I mean, I'm so low T, that's not even upsetting me.
Are you calling Frederick a beta cuck?
I am.
No, I only refer to beta cucks if they are Pete the Tanked Hegseth, Pee Wee German, which is Stephen Miller, the testicle looking fella, and JD the couch fucking penis.
My hairline's receding in the front, boys. Like it's like I got Peyton Manning forehead right now. I guess it's
Bro, look at
yeah, I know. I'll be there. I'll
Look at
be there in a
this.
few years.
Bro, I used to have
It's
like a
gonna catch up.
forehead. I had a forehead, but now it's bigger.
it's a
I hit.
five.
I mean, by the time
It's a
they've
5'9"
already
now.
got me. Like I've already got like pretty much like I've got the grill tongs waiting in like the New Balance running shoes and all this stuff. Like when I hit 50, it's over. It's a wrap. Like they're gonna put me out to be like like that's just I'm gonna have awkward conversations like platonic
Mhm.
conversations with women. It's just like
Just at the
boy,
old
this
people's
weather's
home.
something, ain't it? It's like,
You're just gonna be at the old people home, just like, yeah, I'm trying out my lines here today, and
you know,
I got this special going on about my manhood
no,
called I'll
I'll
pass
be
it
at
on
the
to
air,
you now.
I'll be in the airport, and I'll just be like, "You young ladies going off to tour college?" You know, it's like,
You're
wow. I remember when I did
trying to
that.
get your power chair to go
Uncle
down
Uncle
Myrtle
Fred, we
Beach.
got to have a convo. The young ladies do not like that conversation
No,
opener.
no, but at that age, at 50, that's pretty much all you got. You know, like, you
I'm
know,
55. What slander
What?
and calumny are
you're
you?
gay though. It's different. You're a gay man. Like, it's like,
How is it different?
because
Because men are
I'm gonna get
easy and
back to you
dumb.
on that. You know, as like
Men
I'm
are
gonna get.
Well,
easy and dumb. That's how. That's how. Because you can sit down at a football game and watch it at home and just be like, "Hey, I want to get my dick sucked. You want to get your dick sucked?" And it's over.
that is
Right.
true.
It's not
It's
fair.
so
It's
easy
not
for
even
you guys. It's
close.
not fair.
It's so
No,
easy.
it's not fair. You know, it's like,
Literally during a football game.
you
Right.
know,
Like that, you even told us like that's like basketball games. They got all those timeouts. Like shit, man. No
oh my
wonder
God.
gay men love football because they got all that timeout time.
Yeah. It's
You
pretty
know,
great.
yeah, I mean,
Is that why you don't like soccer?
I mean,
Uh,
Because there's no timeout
we,
time.
we we watch some soccer. We do, but football, baseball, basketball, hockey.
Hockey, yeah, I can also
Hockey's
see
hard to do
because the
though.
football
Hockey
because
is
they're
like
just
so.
tight pants and touching each other and holding the balls right near each other and
I
just
mean, that's
grabbing
just the
up on
benefit.
each other.
Like baseball is a particularly challenging sport to watch because those tight pants, the booties, and the cup. Woof. Yeah.
no,
Woof.
honestly, man, like when I'm out in public, sometimes I get a little too laid back where I was just like, somebody asked me a question, I'll be like, "Hey, what's up?" Like, I don't really like, like when I just talk to people, it's my lingo is like pretty much stops at like probably 2000. You know, like someone tried to talk to me, I was like, "Word." Like, just-
Groovy, brother.
oh, dude, man, I was like, man, I'll roll up on a chick or whatever, just be like, "Hey, what's up, mama?" Like,
Does it
Did you
work,
see that
Frederick?
flick last night? It
Does it
was
ever
fire.
work?
yeah, more often than you think.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
honestly, man, it really depends on. It really like if you're approaching a woman, man, it really like if you come off nervous, it's a no, right? But if you come off confident, it's maybe it might be a maybe, but it doesn't matter what it. Well, it kind of matters what you say, but not really, because women pick up more on tone and vibe than they do on like what you actually say. You know?
Oh, on the actual content of words and their meanings.
Yeah. So like, yeah,
Come on,
Wait,
ladies.
do
Why don't you
words
tell
mean
us in the
things?
chat how you feel about that?
listen, I'm just telling you, as a
So
man
what
who's
Fred said was
been in the trenches for
listen to
like
talk,
decades now.
not to hear.
I'm telling you, as a man who's been in the trenches now, I know what works. Like,
See,
and again,
being a man who's married and out of the trenches, I'll tell you a worse too, is listen to hear and not to talk. I'll give you the opposite advice of my brother Fred, because brother Fred here is living that bachelor life so well and enjoying himself. But you want that stability in that lady at home.
well, that's the
You
thing.
gotta talk to her
Lines
real
don't work,
good.
right? Lines don't work. You gotta say enough to get an opening, and then you need to pull back and listen. So it's very much like,
He's trying to get that little shovel now and dig that
no, what
hole.
it is.
That
Honestly,
little shovel.
Hey,
I
listen,
put the shovel away
you can
earlier.
believe me or don't believe me. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you what works.
He took out his
You know.
e-tool from his bag and was like, fuck you taking my shovel
No,
away. I
no.
got my
Actually,
e-tool right here and I'm gonna dig my own damn hole.
Right.
no. What it is? It ain't about digging no graves. It's like I'm that motherfucker in formation where Gunny's like, it's like this. I'm like, that's a bunch of bullshit, Gunny. Damn it, Poe. What the hell? And it's like that's me. That's what's happening right now.
Yeah. I want to
No,
say
Sarn.
Sonny pointed out in the chat that I played all those games and I'm a woman. Sonny, we were talking about the sports my boyfriend and I watch during which we have sex, and we're all for women's sports. Like we
Oh
could
yeah,
watch
women's
women's
sports are
sports
They
and
dope.
still
have
have
they
sex
have
with each other.
timeouts too. Like they got WNBA takes timeouts too. Like
Right.
it's all the
Totally.
same.
Yeah.
Women's sports are dope. Like, But no, man. I mean, honestly, it's just
Synchronized swimming. You should do it for synchronized swimming because that shit takes forever.
the hardest part for a guy when approaching a woman is like, and I found this out like just kind of in the field research, right? When you like a woman and you get nervous, it shows and it just fucks things up, right? But I've had more success not even trying because it was just I had a conversation with a woman like an actual person, you know, and then I'd get a number and I'm like, damn, I want to try to get this. Like, how'd this get here? You know? And so it's hard, but it's like all I can say to the fellas, if you're looking for just treat them like people and be yourself, right? If you got that cool little vibe and that's how you talk to people, like, man, then do that, you know?
Wait,
There ain't no,
wait,
there
women
ain't
are
no,
people?
there,
Hold
of
on, Fred.
course.
Hold on, Fred. Did you just say that? Did you
He
just
did.
say that on TV? Women are people?
Women
Holy
are people.
shit, that is a good concept. God
And
damn,
here's
that
the
man
thing.
is
I just
smart.
wanna split some hairs here. He said treat them like people.
Oh,
Did.
no.
Not
All
as
right,
if
hold
they
on.
are people.
No.
Not
Here's
if they
y'all
are
making fun
people.
of it.
So,
Y'all making
Fred,
fun of
hold
it.
on. Are they
Y'all,
people?
no. You ain't gonna fucking drag me and not let me motherfucking respond.
All right, Mike
All right?
Johnson.
No.
All right, Mike
You ain't
Johnson
stepping on me,
sharing your
Nick. You
porn
ain't
habits
stepping
to
on me.
your
You can't
son.
be throwing shots and then step all over me. So here's how
That's
we're gonna
fine.
do this.
Eagle jizz out.
What I told y'all is the problem with men on the straight side is they try to treat women like women, what they think women are. And that's why they fuck things up, right? Instead of treating them like people. That's the problem. Is they say, well, women are like this and men are like that. That's a bunch of bullshit, right? People are people. And so that's why I say that all the time. You treat women like people. It sounds like it's a joke or it sounds like it's doesn't make no damn sense, but that's what it is. Because the problem is we don't talk like that, you know.
No, we don't.
We don't. We try like, well, you gotta treat women like this. You gotta do that. It's like, no, you just gotta treat them like people. And sometimes you're gonna strike out, and sometimes you ain't. You know, it just depends. It depends if like that individual woman as a person likes what you selling.
That was
That's
a
it.
very political answer where you
Yeah.
didn't actually answer my question.
Thank
Which
you for coming
What
to
was
our
the
TED
women,
Talk.
question?
Frederick, are women people?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, there we go. See, not Mike Johnson anymore. We got rid of Mike
Of
Johnson
course.
and his little Johnson and sharing his porn habit to his son through that scraping app that takes all his data off his phone and shows it to his son. And
Oh,
who God knows where, but he's just he's the preacher of the house and he has some insensitive and uh, secret and
But
compartmentalized data that he
even
might have
good men,
access to.
even good men get caught up in that mindset of, oh well, with women you got to treat them like this, and you got to approach them like this, and it's wrong, right? Because it's just like, no, you got to treat them like people, you know.
People.
Yeah, that you
people.
want to fuck. Oh, I'm sorry, but you know, but that's it. I mean,
Wait,
I
what?
mean,
We won't let you run away. No, we'll let you run away with that.
I'm just saying,
Lawrence, take it away, brother. I got to cough for a
I
second.
I have it.
I
I have it on
mean,
good.
I got nothing. If I were to reveal the deep thought processes of a gay dude here on this here chat thing that we're doing, I think people would run away screaming. So,
I I have it on good authority
I
that.
myself realize that I need to treat men that I'm hitting on as if they are people,
Well, here's the thing. I have it on
and
good
not mere
Oh
authority.
yeah,
not mere sexual objects that
I
I
I
am.
have it on good authority that
not just
women.
meat up for the taking.
I have it on good authority from the feminists that women like to fuck men, and that's something. I know it's crazy. When I learned
I
that, I
know.
was like, "What? You mean they're
What?
not virgins that are constantly fighting for their own purity? What? Who said that? It's like they enjoy sex and like talking about it. That's crazy.
Uh,
Who? You
as a
know,
gay man who is besties with a lot of amazing women, I can tell you that women do in fact enjoy the sex and
If you're
are
good at
often
it.
looking for somebody who will treat them like an equal partner and also throw down in the bedroom.
that's it.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
part of that enjoyment comes from treating them like an equal partner beforehand,
Right.
because then they know you're going to
yes,
treat them like an equal partner during, and that's where enjoyment comes from. It's like you get enjoyment with your spouse or with your other or with your sex partner or whatever you're going on, if you treat them like an equal and give them equal enjoyment in the sex that you want to enjoy too. Because I'm going to break it to you guys. I'm going to give you a little secret here.
Uh-oh.
Hold with me.
Uh-oh.
Women have orgasms too.
No. Oh, come on, man.
And
Man.
if you know what you're
That's a
doing,
liberal plot. That's a
and
liberal
if you
plot.
know what you're doing as a man and you know how to treat your woman like a woman and a person and an equal and equally treat her to sex as the way she wants to treat you, so you got orgasm more than once, brother.
What? Man, I think this is some propaganda. That's all I'm thinking. You
You
know.
know,
Total
No.
nonsense. Fake
I don't want to
news.
blow your mind. Men can have multiple orgasms too.
Okay, now you're just making shit up. You know,
Now
I'm
you're
not.
making
like
I'm
shit up.
literally not.
this
Did you
this is
know? Hey, hey,
you just making
Lawrence,
shit up.
can you drop some knowledge on our audience today? Where is the male G spot?
Inside the booty hole.
Oh my God. You know what? You guys, you know, at this point, you should just
Nonsense.
have your own live with like somebody who's like well versed in sex and call it something like, I don't know, dirty talk. No.
You know,
Uh-huh. Oh,
maybe you
yeah.
didn't watch earlier today when my dear friend Fusen and I hosted Dirty Talk, and specifically today's episode was we were talking about hookups gone horribly awry. But
Oh my God, there's a sex show?
there's a
There's a
sex
sex
show.
show.
My friend Lawrence Winterman with an amazing writer named Fusen has a sex show. If you guys haven't heard of it, where's it at, Lawrence?
I mean, it's sort of half hosted on her Substack, Letters from a Prostitute. It's sort of half hosted on Gen XE. But yeah, every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time, Fusen and I host a little show called Dirty Talk. The point of which is to be very explicit about sex and talk
Dude,
about all the
for
details
for
that
a for
people
a
avoid.
vanilla ass straight man like me, that seems like it's freaking beneficial. And so where we can find this at Letters from a Prostitute with what was her name again?
Fusen Iden,
And then Gen XC, right? It's
right? Gen XE, yeah, with me. Uh, so Oh, I cut out there for a minute. Uh, yeah, yeah. So it's at Gen XE. It's at Fusen's Letters from a Prostitute. It's called Dirty Talk. We do it every Friday. Little LT is saying it's called Milking the Prostate. Just ask your nurse at a sperm bank. Yeah. So men can have multiple orgasms. The male G spot inside the booty hole.
wait a minute. Milking the prostate. I don't have udders up my ass. Like
You
what
do
are you
have a
talking
G
about?
spot that acts like an udder, like a transponder that just turns it on.
Yeah.
You know what? I can't believe what I'm hearing right now. You know, like
Shenanigans.
it is. It's shenanigans. You know,
Erroneousness.
it's a
You
lot of
are
malarkey.
erroneous, sir.
To quote Biden, it's a lot of malarkey. That's what I'm saying.
Malarkey.
I, you
Okay?
know,
It's
I have
milk
rocked several
arky.
many
It's
worlds with
milk
that
arky.
malarkey. So, okay.
And I'll even say this. I even talked about your show a little bit, Lawrence, with Dean Blundell yesterday when I talked to him. Because, oh, by the way, I got to talk to Dean Blundell fucking twice this week, and that was so cool. He
That's
invited me
amazing.
on his show, and it was so much fun, and we got to have such a great time. But we got to talk about your show a little bit, Lawrence, because it was fun and we wanted to, and we just talked about everything. And that's the type of thing we need in this world is we need
Yes.
more of that because I told him the big thing is I learn things new. And as a male who uh, is in a heterosexual relationship, who has a marriage and is happy with my wife, I want to know things so that it's safe for her if we try and experiment in different things and do fun things and expand our sex life in healthy ways. You have to learn about it and you have to know how to do things right so that you don't hurt your partner.
Yeah.
And
Don't do the
understanding
Mentos
how
and
to
the
do
Coke.
that from people who know what they're talking about through experience in life and aren't doing it to tell you in a dirty way, but are doing it to tell you in a truthful and teaching way. That's what it is. They're teaching, and they're teaching you how to be a good partner in a lot of ways, even if it's dirty talk about other things that aren't like specifically about being in a stable relationship. Understanding those things and knowing how to please and excel at those things with your partner is a huge plus. Like,
Sure.
one, it makes you real manly. Like, it makes you masculine as fuck to be able to walk up to your partner or walk out of a sexual encounter with your partner where they have enjoyed it so thoroughly that they're just like, God, you rocked my world. Like, how manly does that make you feel? Because it makes me feel good. Like, if that,
Yeah.
when that happens, that makes me feel fucking great. Because I walk out of things like that and I'm like, holy shit, my life is amazing. But you wouldn't know those things if you didn't learn and weren't willing to hear things that maybe make you slightly uncomfortable or are different to you. Like, I'm never going to deep throat. I'm never going to have to worry about learning that technique myself or what goes into it with the things in your throat and how like mucus forms and the way your body responds. But I know those things now and I know like the healthy way to interact with that because I have a partner and I have a penis and I like, don't I want to know how to make sure my life is safe if we're going to try things that are experimental? Like, wouldn't Fred want to know how to please his partner
Lady
if
Liberty.
he's trying to?
Well,
Lady Liberty,
I
like he's
have an
got to
app
keep
for that.
Lady Liberty happy because she ain't no easy lady. She is a boss.
I
She's
haven't.
Lady Liberty. She is the queen. Like she don't
I
take no
was
shit.
I was doing Survey Monkey for that, but then I created an app where they can go in and they can rate. It's like, hey, like friend. It's kind of like Uber's, like friendly conversation. Like courteousness. What was the area clean? Like that stuff.
You're
Um,
joking? Someone is going to invent that app. I mean, it is so open to exploitation in so many ways, but there
Yes.
absolutely needs to be like a boyfriendrater.com or
there
something
is,
where
sadly
I
enough,
mean, I know that there
there
is. I'm just
it's
it some
like,
Wasn't that
verifiable way that somebody
MySpace?
could be like, could Nick find the G spot? Yes.
and there's like a New York thing. I think it's like a Facebook group where it's like they rate guys, like that's a thing. And it's one of those things where I'm just like, fuck, bro, I'm retired. Like I'm not. I ain't in the game no more. I ain't going out in that stuff. No, I just ain't do. I can't do it no more. And it's like y'all
One
did.
that says, quote, would come here again. Yes, exactly.
Well, I mean, when I was at old school, like I had like just as short 10-page questionnaire, like that. I'd make sure that we knew, like I could better serve. It's customer service kind of related, and then I'd have a comment card afterwards. You drop it in a little box. It's like, you yeah, and then we had a mailer, so you know.
And to round out this conversation, because we know we have hit all your G spots and we have made all of you have such an orgasmic afternoon, is you should all now subscribe to Banner and Backbone and become paid members to help shove a fist of freedom up
Mm.
the ass of these fucking perpetrators and give justice to those who have been denied it for so long because of the Epstein files and the saga that is surrounding a pedophile and an alleged pedophile in the White House and a corruption scheme that has ruined girls' lives and boys' lives, and now men and women and men who have been tortured by this saga. Let's help stop that torture and come become paid members with Banner and Backbone so that we can donate as much money as possible to fight this nonsense because it's time to shove a fist of justice up Donald Trump's ass.
Hang on now, hang on. You were just talking about safe experimentation, and then you got to go and defame fisting. Like
No, no, I didn't say
why are we going to make
fisting.
those
I
things
said a
feel
shove
good?
a fist. Okay, yeah, but I don't know how many people want to have like Uncle Sam's fist like shoved up with like the fucking claws on the front. Like I'm talking Wolverine style, like with a pineapple
Oh,
or
okay.
two
Now you
from
didn't
like
say Wolverine.
Honestly, I didn't know the thing about the pineapple in the Airbnb. I didn't know it. I had no clue. You know.
you know what? We could even do one better. Can we just do the like pineapple? I said this on Steve Blundell's show, is I hope that my dream, like I'm wish casting. I hope none of this is ever going to happen, but this is me wish casting, is that the hell that Stephen Miller gets to go to is where he is human centipeded to Hitler's ass and he just eats shit for the rest of his life because he is a shitty person and he spews the most vile, hateful rash out of his mouth. So it's only fair that as shit comes out in hell, shit goes back in.
Here's how vanilla I am. When you said pineapple, I literally thought you were making a Psych reference. If you watch the show Psych on
Nope.
USA, like I literally, that's what I thought it was. I was like, oh, he's making a Psych reference. And then as we got down the rabbit hole, I was like, he is not making a Psych reference.
Not a Psych reference.
I was like, and then I was like, I really like that show. It's a good show. It's fun.
With the wrong pineapples.
Yeah. So I was like, this is something different. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a little bit different.
Yeah. It's like, I love Psych. Psych was a fun show.
Yeah, I think we should let the people go. All right, Fred, plug yourself.
Me? Ooh. Okay. Yeah. So I'm Frederick Pogue. I'm at Missives from a Middle-Aged Man. You can also find me on YouTube. Same name, Frederick Pogue. And yeah, I'm also with these two fine gentlemen at Banner and Backbone, which I will be posting more of my political stuff over there. But yeah, Missives from a Middle-Aged Man. Write all kinds of stuff over there. But yeah, that's me.
All right. I'm going to plug myself, and then we're going to save the best for last so he can plug himself. And yeah, we're going to keep using that. We're going to lean into that. Morgan, this is one of those moments that I just want to tell you, this is the phrasing moment. I'm not making fun of you, my friend. This is one of those phrasing moments where we're saying, plug yourself like a butt plug.
Phrasing.
No.
Phrasing.
So I'm going to keep using that phrasing, and I'm going to plug myself now. I'm Nick Parrow from Sick of This with Nick, or Sick of This Shit with Nick, and I host the Sick of This show, the Sick of This pod. I write poetry. I'm also number 29 rising in U.S. politics right now, and I would love anyone to be willing to come and be a paid subscriber on my channel or a founding subscriber as well. I'm looking for a couple founders. I'm calling this one out, and I'm really reaching on this one to hope, if I can, is founders get a commission poem, each annual commission poem, and an annual podcast episode dedicated to your poem, as well as a thank you on pretty much the credits of all my shows that I'm going to put out when I start rolling credits on them. Because, fancy us, we're pretty freaking awesome on Banner and Backbone. And with these two fine gentlemen, like Frederick said, Banner and Backbone is our civic-minded, American first platform to rebuild and rise as Americans so we can restore integrity, service, and ethics and have an America where people want to come to and live in rather than flee. And so that's what I'm for. That's who I am. Love y'all. Thank you. Thank you guys for with us. Lawrence, plug yourself, brother.
Wouldn't be the first time today.
Papa Bear plugging himself good today.
I'm Lawrence Whitman.
Phrasing. Are we not doing phrasing anymore?
Phrasing? No, we're always doing phrasing.
We're always doing phrasing.
Phrasing is always the thing. I'm Lawrence Winterman. I'm obviously part of Banner and Backbone with these two great guys, but I am also the co-founder of Gen Xe with my best friend of 47 years, Dana Dubois. We have a morning show every morning called The Daily Whatever at 10 a.m. Eastern on weekdays and at noon on Saturdays. Come hang out with us in the morning. It's a great morning show. We have a lot of fun there. I also write science fiction, and I'm serializing my novel on Lawrence Winterman Science Fiction. So please go check it out. Huge festival on Lawrence Winterman Science Fiction right now. $1 for an annual subscription. Yeah. So thanks, everybody.
Thank you all. We'll be back next week.
You've got one more.
One more.
You also do one with what's that? Dirty Talk? Gotta plug that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So there's not a publication, but Fuston and I do a show every Friday called Dirty Talk at 11 a.m. Eastern. Today, the topic was hookup horror stories. Last week, we talked about bathhouses. Before that, we've talked about, how to do anal and how to give great blowjobs.
Talking about that
We're
one
keeping
earlier.
it
That was a
real.
great show.
Yeah, sharing some actual deets about how to have great sex, and yeah, come check it out.
And before
Oh,
we jump, I want to say
I
before we
forgot one.
go ahead.
Uh,
What do you?
I am working in conjunction with Shane Urich. We do a show every week on Palin Talk talking about technofascism. And he and I are working closely together to make sure that technofascist get called out. So go check him out on the Firebrand Project, because he's lighting a torch for freedom and he's running with it. 25-year-old, he's a young man. He's doing incredible things. He knows what he's doing. He knows that what he's doing is the right thing, and he's working for America in ways that he never thought he would, but he's doing it. Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. We're going to plug. Well, we were just plugging ourselves at the moment, but let's plug our two other great friends is Melissa Corrigan, who is the writer and one of the founders of Counterstory Media, which are veteran focused media issues. And with her incredible spin and take on it, she's a Navy veteran herself. You'll see her Monday morning with me, with Bobby Jones, retired Navy Commander Bobby Jones. Um, and she also runs Pink Heron Pronoun with Dana Dubois. And is she part of Does She Shut Up? I think that's her other one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
Melissa.
Does She Shut Up is her too.
Yeah, Melissa's. Yeah, Does She Shut Up is Melissa's, where she's got a team of women writers talking about women's issues and politics, and she's amazing.
And I
And
got
then
I want to say,
also
go ahead.
Jacob Summers, A4T with Jacob
Yep.
Summers. He's a good buddy of mine. He is in the fitness and health space, and he is an advocate for rights and dignity. Great dude. I wrote him a great letter this morning. I hope he writes me back. Jacob, I see you in the chat. I know you're calling you out. I want my letter for a letter. But he didn't know I was writing it this morning. He knew I was going to write him one. But go follow A42 with Jacob Summers. And then finally, Ellie Leonard.
Ellie Leonard.
Because Ellie Leonard Ellie is alpha as fuck.
The woman. She's the woman, the myth, the legend. I'm telling you. Like, and here's the thing.
Muckraker extraordinaire.
We can't, and I can't stress this enough for everybody who's new to us, or maybe you're thinking about like, man, who do I want to subscribe. All right. First of all, if times are tough, we understand that. No, but anytime you anytime you restack, anytime you comment or you share our stuff, that helps us out. I'm right now. I know on Banner and Backbone they're running a special. That's all three of us. I know these gents like Lawrence Winterman's Fiction and Gen XC, sick of this shit, which you are listening to right now, are all running specials. I'm gonna tell you right now, for about $20, you're gonna get some amazing content, amazing stuff. If you haven't done it and you've been waiting, right here, as like Jacob Summers, AT4. Shane Urich,
A4T.
A4T with Jacob Summers, Shane Urich. You've got a lot of amazing creators right now that are just putting out content. Lawrence Winterman and Gen XC with Dana Dubois, they do it every day, and you
And
get
it's
fiction,
amazing.
and you get written pieces. I mean, you're going to get more there than you will at the Washington Post, because this is authentic. This is good stuff, right? I'm telling you, man, go check these creators out. They're worth it. Every penny that you give to them is worth it. I'm telling you, especially for us at Banner and Backbone Pledge Drive. It is going to the Epstein victims. Once it is over, we're going to announce where that's going. And, it's none of it's going to us. Not the only thing we're getting from it. We want that little bit check mark. We want that 100, so we can get that little check mark on Banner and Backbone, and we can start it helps the algorithm and helps us do some good work. I love you guys. I'm telling you, check these guys out. Check Melissa Corrigan out. Check Ellie Leonard out. Shane Urich. Check out freaking check out Jacob Summers.
A4T. Jacob
A4T.
Summers. Jacob, we
A4T.
need to get you to change your handle back to just Jacob Summers so it's easier to say. but we'll make your publication A14. We're gonna work with you to get some easier names so that people can follow you better. But
and thank you everybody for showing up today. I know we've kept you long, but man, you guys are amazing.
gosh, we love y'all.
You fuel us. It's why we keep doing this, man. So thank you so much. Anytime you see any of these names, remember, even a like and a restack helps all of us. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both. Love
Thanks,
you both.
everybody.
We'll talk again soon. Love y'all. And hey, let's get some magic in this world and have some fucking fun.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I love it.
All right.
Bye,
Later,
everybody.
guys.
Bye-bye.